All right, AEW Double or Nothing review right here, presented by the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, and I mean always, an instant classic. We talk all about it. Is the Inner Circle no more? Is Kenny Omega still AEW champion? Are the Young Bucks still Young Bucks? I don't know. Anyway, are the Young Bucks still champions? Are they bums? Who knows?
The only thing I can tell you is that they are not young.
But we will talk about all of that. DJ here, Casey beside me, Adam below me, and Justin will be joining us momentarily. We'll talk about that right after this. Be sure to give us a like, share the video or the audio whenever you're watching. Go like the TikTok. It's perfect timing to go follow the TikTok. Follow the TikTok. Okay. Other than that, we'll see you guys in just a little bit with our AEW review of Double or Nothing. Welcome in to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, I mean always, he means always,
right.
They mean always, you mean always, she means always, an instant classic.
Danny Dunn! Hi, Jake.
We will see you on the flippity dippity. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I feel like we should just have a montage of Casey dancing during the intro. That needs to happen. That needs to be the actual. We're just going to replace the entire video that is the intro. Just put him like in the corner somewhere like that. So then that way you could just see Casey like this. But
we're live.
You can't dance. You can't, but we try.
They're lying.
AEW Double or Nothing happened on Sunday. I finally finished it today. It's been a busy weekend. I tried. I started watching it, and then my phone went dead. And then, yeah, it just didn't.
Do you not have an Apple TV or a Roku?
Well, this is what happened. I went to a drive-in movie, and this is a little personal story. So before we get into the review, a little personal story. I went to a drive-in movie, and I had my phone. I'm like, I got my trusty busty here. I don't know if anybody ever calls it that, but my trusty busty here. And I was like, you know what? I just watched it on my phone. Then my phone went dead. And I was like, well, there it goes. There it goes.
Well, just a quick recap. No one has ever called their phone that.
Oh, well, I mean, we got plenty of new hashtags. Googleable. We got plenty of new hashtags. So
the twins.
Hashtag do. I mean, we got all of them. We got all of them. So, but AEW Double or Nothing. First off, let's start with the overall thoughts. For me, that was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It was cool to have fans. Cool to see I feel like we say this every time there's fans in any arena ever. But now at this point, but I feel like the cool part about having fans was seeing like false finishes and fans being like, "Oh my god," like seeing the general reaction to false finishes, to like that should have ended the match, to crazy things that were happening, and just I think not having fans for so long has allowed fans when they finally get into the arenas to truly enjoy the shows now, because they've been gone for so long that I feel like they're like, man, like, I got to enjoy every moment of this show. Even, I mean, and don't get me wrong, when they don't enjoy it, of course they're going to say it, but it feels like they're genuinely trying to enjoy the show a little bit more now. I don't know about you guys, but that's just how I feel overall. I thought it was a pretty good show. Of course, we'll talk about the ins and the outs and the betwixt of it. But we'll talk about that here in a second. But Casey, what was your overall thoughts on AEW Double or Nothing before you send that Snapchat? Because I know you.
Trying to get people to watch. The hell? Trying to do business here, and you're like, you know what? Let's go with him first. When he's clearly trying to get anyway.
Oh, my bad. We're gonna skip Casey.
Okay. Jared, why are so many people bleeding on this show? Jared, why was that Joker such a letdown? Jared, when's the spike gonna start happening? Anyway, Jared, where were all the masks?
in their pockets.
It wasn't. I think Adam said this on a comment on Facebook or something. I would rate this like a 6 or a 7. It was good. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't, spectacular like AEW fans are going to say it was. It was good. It had its good matches. It had its good spots. It had its meh matches, and it had its meh spots. And it was an AEW show. But I mean, we'll get into it throughout, with each match. But overall, like, I thought it was good. There was one big letdown for me, but we'll get to that.
Don't rush to conclusions.
Okay. Adam?
No, as Casey said, like a Fight TV put this on Twitter. It said, like, how would you rate Double or Nothing tonight? And I, not being a hater, not being a downer, viewing it at home, even with the crowd there, which was awesome to see. They were hot. They were ready for live action. I give it a 6. The crowd did help. I'm not saying if the crowd wasn't there, like if it was the empty arena shit from last year. If this was even an empty arena, I still would probably give it at about the same thing. I thought there were some really good matches. The one that I looked forward to the most was a little bit of a letdown. There's a problem, especially with AEW. There's way too many false finishes, which I think is a broken record, but way too many false finishes. It's been prevailing and going around the internet. This could be exaggerated a little bit, but someone said they were 97 false finishes, and 95 of them were probably in the 3-way match. but I mean, I'm being a little facetious. That's becoming a problem, but I am probably in that realm of I'm out of touch at this point. I'll gladly accept it, but it's not my cup of tea when it comes to psychology. I really didn't care for the main event. The 3-way match was okay. It's already match of the year candidate, which I don't see, but that's not for me to decide. It's subjective. The stuff that was actually kind of poo-pooed, I actually enjoyed. Like I enjoyed because it was a wrestling match. I really enjoyed Cody and a go-go. And I'm telling you, me and Casey, we are pushing for this. They need to change his music to Wake Me Up Before You Go-Go. I'm just saying. But again, solid effort. Like I know, as I always put it out there, like JR says, everybody busted their ass. God bless them that no one phoned it in. Just in terms of their presentation and how they build a card, I think that there's some things that old Booker of the Year needs to work on. But other than that, I would say, thumbs in the middle to slightly thumbs up show.
Casey, you look like you had something else you wanted to.
No.
Just want to make sure. Let's start with anybody. First off, we'll start with the consensus question. Of probably no. Did anybody watch the pre-show?
There was a pre-show?
Exactly.
I did. I did actually.
Okay. What was on? Oh my! It's Justin. I thought he'd be here like halfway through the show.
He just got done watching Bay Conti's Instagram. So.
I mean, you're not wrong about that.
I mean, the man's not wrong.
Well, Justin, while we're here, overall thoughts on the show?
I thought it was a pretty good show. Like, there's really nothing that I really had a problem with, other than like a few matches, which we'll talk about them in a little bit. I mean, I don't know which.
Are a few matches something or nothing, Casey? Are a few matches?
I was just gonna say that.
So name that movie. Where did I steal that from? Somebody, anybody?
What'd you say?
Are a few matches something or nothing, Casey? Are a few matches something or nothing?
I don't know what movie that's from. What movie is that from?
Fizz, is a meat patty something or nothing? All right, that's the real line.
Welcome to Good
Well, I
Burger.
expected a meat
Oh,
patty.
Can I take your order?
Come on, watch Good
Is
Burger.
there
It's a-
anything up my nose?
No, but I thought it was a pretty good show. You know, I feel like these last few pay-per-views, you know, like the Revolution and, you know, like, you know, these pay-per-views during the pandemic, they've been kind of hard to sit through. You know, I mean, they kind of been like a little under par, but I feel like the fans really deserved a, you know, good show. I feel like maybe the reason why I enjoyed it so much is because there was more fans in the crowd and stuff. But I enjoyed the show though, most part. I enjoyed it.
Okay. Casey?
I was just. You said that you enjoyed it because there was more fans in the crowd. I was gonna go. Are there fans in the crowd? Something or nothing? It literally went from having no fans to having fans. You're like, it's better when they have.
It's better when they have fans. I'll tell you that right now.
Better when they have more fans. Yes.
So moving into the first match of the night, Adam Page versus Brian Cage. Justin, remind me, you didn't watch the pre-show, right?
Hold up.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Serena Deeb and Riho was actually a very good match for it being the first match of the night to get the crowd ready. I thought it was very solid. That was arguably the best Riho match I had ever seen. And I didn't know that I needed to heel Serena Deeb, but that needs to be her going forward. She was fantastic in this match.
Who's the one that looks like that's a female Ishii? Who was that? Do y'all remember her? I can't remember her name. But she's really like serious. Like, am I thinking of Xia Li? Maybe I'm thinking of Xia Li.
Xia Li's
Maybe I'm on the wrong
Ishii.
promotion.
What? Oh, I think DJ froze.
No more words. No. He got racist. You racist.
I was gonna say, sir, are you saying because they're Asian they all look alike? Is this what you're?
Who's that?
Who's
that that looks like Nakamura? Tanahashi. Yeah.
Who's that guy that looks like Nakamura?
Kata.
Oh, the New Japan.
Who's that UK that looks like Zack Sabre Jr.?
My usual internet goes out of time. Continue. No, and again, the very first match of the night was Hangman Page versus Brian Cage. Pretty solid match. Me personally, I thought Brian Cage was a little off. He seemed a little slow. I don't know what was going on, but maybe they didn't have the best chemistry. I didn't think this was bad. But I mean, to me, the right guy went over. There, obviously, you're seeing I thought they were going to go with the full-fledged face turn for Brian Cage, but obviously they're still teasing it, which it is what it is. But I thought it was a solid match. Justin.
Hey Adam, did you join the I'm not. Did you join the Dark Order?
I did. I did. I'm -10.
You're -10.
Yeah. I'm double worse than the worst match Meltzer's ever called. So.
I thought this match was fine. A fine way to start off the show. I like the back and forth between both guys. There was this one spot from the top rope that Brian Cage did, which I thought was really good. I just like that Adam Page won, but the thing I didn't like about this match was I didn't like how Hook and Ricky Starks they were getting involved in the match. Like I felt like they should have saved that maybe for like Dynamite or something. But other than that, the match was fine though.
Yeah, it was almost like that the angle between that group was overshadowing them, the potential push for Hangman. But I don't know. It's like to me, it still did its job. I just like I said, I don't know. There was something about Cage on Sunday that was just seemed off, but I don't know. Anyway, Casey.
I love how Justin's like, there was one move that Brian Cage
I can't remember. I watched it.
Doesn't describe the move at all, and then moves on.
Oh, I also like how Adam Page did the F5 in the match. That was nice. But I can't remember what the move. I watched the show a few days ago. My mind's a little scrambled.
It's a little blurry. Are you, sir? Are you Hangman Page? Are you little sauce up right now?
Maybe just a
Cowboy
little
shit.
bit.
Cowboy shit. Cowboy shit.
Anyway,
someone just needs to like go to the bathroom on the stage so they could say cowboy shit. Cowboy shit.
Call it shit can alley.
I'm done. I'm fucking done. Anyway, about this match, yeah, it was a solid match. I definitely agree with Adam. There was something off, not only with Brian Cage, but there was a couple guys on the show that just in general, and we'll get to that later.
Agreed.
But I think that's just an AEW thing, honestly. There's always like that, and it makes the show seem super indie. That's what I don't like about it. It's like don't get me wrong, botches happen, guys mess up, it happens. But when you actively look like you don't know what you're doing, or when you're fumbling over yourself, when you're fumbling over your opponent, that's when it's a problem. That's when it looks super indie. It looks unprofessional,
amateur.
And that's the guys that aren't, you wonder why they're not making it to the WWE, because that's what WWE looks for. They want to make sure you're not doing that so you don't potentially injure yourself or your opponent. I've talked about this before, but again, we'll get to those other matches and things like that. And it wasn't anything huge. Like there wasn't any huge botches or anything that I saw. It was just little things that was like, well, he doesn't look coordinated. They don't look like they're working well together, things like that. But this match was good. I definitely, the push that they're giving Hangman is good. I'm trying to like him more. I am. It's like DJ with Michael Tarver. He doesn't know he doesn't know why he hates him. He just does. I don't know why I dislike Adam Page. I just don't. It's just what it is. But yeah, it was a solid match. I do think that, them getting involved was a little overdone. Maybe one, spot at the end, but it just, I don't know. Yeah. But
yeah, no, I feel you. Well, for one thing too, they haven't really given him a lot to make the now are already watching something for you to care about. Like I said, like in this particular match, it was like the angle with Taz, Hobbs. Well, not Hobbs, but Taz, Starks, and Hook. It's like that was more important getting that over than Page going over in the match. I don't know, that seemed bizarre. But our fearless leader has returned, buddy.
What happened?
Yeah, so it was his intranet.
Yeah, it's my this is my daily internet goes out at 10:30 fix that I get in. So we got it. That's
you should fix that so it doesn't go out at 10:30. Did it just go out again? Oh, I thought he froze again.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said you should fix that so it doesn't happen every day at 10:30.
I don't know how to fix it. I'm not an internet tech guy. I'm just a normal tech guy.
We need an internet tech guy.
But I was saying. Oh, by the way, I was saying. I think I was saying Xia Li because her current character is very menacing, which that bum Ishii is very menacing as well. So
Ishii is not a bum.
He's a bum.
You won't say that to his face.
You're a bum.
I will. I'll take a bump for Ishii. I'll do it.
He'll kill you. You won't take a bump. He'll kill you.
Do it.
Ishii. Anyway, we all had our thoughts on Cage versus Hangman.
Kage versus Kage.
I like this match too. I mean, I thought it was like you guys said, because I did listen while I was gone. Good thing, gotta love data. I listened while I was gone. I felt like it was a little off at times. Like I like Brian Cage. He does things that he shouldn't do because he's huge. But he makes it look good. Unlike, sorry, Lance Archer, but Lance Archer sometimes.
He did it tonight.
Sorry, we'll get to that in a minute.
He did it tonight.
He froze again. You know, I think Tony Khan. I think Tony Khan is cutting his internet. Tony Khan goes like, "Nope."
They're not.
That's what it is.
About
He's
my
sick.
matches.
He's sick. Tony Khan's so upset. I think I'm back.
I thought it was
I'll take
Uncle.
some Adderall.
You said Dak is back.
I thought
Dak
it
is
was
back.
Uncle Dave.
Whatever. They're coming after me. Okay, that's what it is.
Uncle Dave is like,
AEW.
"How dare you talk bad about AEW?"
But yeah, I
just want you
feel
to learn.
I feel like Cage is a little smoother than Lance Archer, which I'll talk about a little bit later. But it did feel a little off. There were some things that felt a little off in this match. I thought the finishing little sequence was good, but other than that, I mean, it was pretty good. But I do agree with you guys that it was a little off. There was a couple of things that were a little weird to me. But none less than none, as we say around these parts. The tag team title match, Young Bucks and Kingston and Moxley. Well, the thing is, I like the Young Bucks. I do, but some of the stuff is like over the top and just stupid at times. Like even just I get making fun of the Shield in a way because it's John's thing, but it was John's thing. But then when it's, I don't know, that was a little much for me. I like John. Like the thing is too that I think kept me out of this match from being invested was I enjoy John Moxley and Eddie Kingston as two people working together, being funny in the backstage area. But as a tag team, I can't do it. I just don't. I don't like it. Like for some reason, they don't feel like they have that tag team chemistry to me as much as they do like that kind of banter chemistry to me. It could just be a personal opinion thing. But for me, in my personal opinion, I feel as if I can't take them seriously as a tag team. And maybe that's just like needs time to grow on me. I don't know. But as of right now, just not my favorite team currently. But I do enjoy every time they do a backstage promo or they talk or they do something funny. I enjoy it. I think it's funny. But there's other things that within their whole shtick in terms of a tag team in the ring, don't like it. Can't get behind it. And that was one of my biggest issues with this match. As much as I wanted to get behind it, it was kind of like, I don't like them as a tag team, so how can I really get behind it? Because I don't think they're going to win. I mean, it was an okay match. It was okay to me. I still enjoy the Young Bucks. I think they do some things that are kind of stupid at times. But I mean, I still enjoy them though. Like the
BTE trigger so many times.
Yeah, thank you. That and yes, that and I said this in the chat, and I actually forgot that I was going to mention it. But yes, the BTE trigger is not a good finish. The V trigger looks good. It looks like it's worth a darn. It looks like it could actually finish you. The BTE trigger is so weak that it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, it's a weaker version of the V trigger.
It's not. It's just not a good finish. I mean, they have so many potential good finishes. They have the.
I mean, the Melter driver. They could do what else? They could do the super kick. I mean,
just these names are killing me currently. But
I wish they still called the Undertaker. Which what has the Undertaker ever done to deserve?
Stop taking my shit.
Like, what has the Undertaker ever deserved? Like nothing. Like
what has the Undertaker ever deserved?
No. What does the Undertaker ever deserve to get like a finisher mocked after him?
It's okay, I fixed it.
But and here's the thing: they want to mock the Shield, and they did the power bomb. But guess what? That power bomb is way better than. I mean, like the Ibushi's Kamigoye is more effective than tap. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. What's up, Ronnie Ron? By the way, I don't know if that's your real nickname. I don't know you at all, but glad you're here, Ronnie Ron. What's up? You should come by, brother.
Ronnie Ron.
Ronnie Ron. Yeah.
That's officially Ronnie Ron.
Ronnie Ron. So let's see.
He's probably like, I hate you guys.
Yeah, dislike.
Block.
Justin, what was your thoughts on the tag team title contest? The Young Bucks win, by the way. Because
I mean, no, maybe Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley did win. I mean, who knows? Maybe they did. No, I wish it did.
I hope not.
This was a really fun match. I like how excited the crowd was when Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston came out. And there were points. You can call me Ronnie Ron. Yeah, his name is Ronnie Ron.
Yeah,
Ronnie Ron.
What's something, baby?
Ronnie Ron.
Oh, Lordy.
I will show you proper respect, sir, and I will call you Ronnie.
Ronnie S.
Ronnie Ron.
It was $sign.
That's a $sign? That's not no $sign. Man, you that's an S.
That's a
Hold on. We going.
You got to put on his bifocals.
Hi,
That's an S.
That'd be an S.
Hi, I'm Clint from Hershey, and that clearly does not have a line through the S, sir. You clearly don't understand your letters.
No, but I thought this was a really good match, and there were a lot of points where I thought that Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston could have won these titles here. And also there's this. I like how Jon Moxley did the double lariat spot, to Nigel McGuinness and stuff. I like that there. That was nice. Also, like you said, DJ, some of the stuff that the Young Bucks do are kind of over the top a little bit. Like with their silly finisher names, like the Melter Driver, or like I said, the BTE Trigger. It's just
that's money.
That is cash. That do be money. That do be money. But no, I thought it was a good match show, and I kind of like this Young Bucks. With their type of stuff that they're doing as heels now.
I don't.
Wearing the Dior and all that.
Can I cut you off real quick, Justin? I don't.
Yeah.
And the reason that I don't is because they come off as fake tough guys. If they were just let's be freaking typical heels that run away, because they're small. They're small. Use that to your advantage. I like them as heels. I think they can be fine as heels because they look like they're absolute pricks. And they have the Melter Driver and the BTE Trigger and all of this, promoting themselves and promoting people that people don't like. It's perfect. It's the perfect shtick. But at the same time, you can't give me guys who don't look tough and try to make them look tough.
Well, also, to add to that, and I'm sure Adam will appreciate this, I was always told to look at a professional wrestling match as an actual fight. Imagine it as an actual fight.
Oh, they dying.
Yeah, exactly. The Young Bucks, if it was a legit fight and it was the Young Bucks versus Mox and
I've died at least 5 times. Eddie Kingston. Yeah, they died.
Eddie Kingston bring out a pizza cutter. I can see him doing that, or like stabbing him.
I almost lost it with Adam.
I need the silhouette of them doing that and just they did.
But no, if you had a legitimate fight with the Young Bucks versus Moxley and Kingston, they would be murdered just with the size difference. Like, so you have to, use that, cowardly runaway heel. It works for them. Use it.
That's why I'm glad they have Don Callis in that regards, because he got involved with the spray can and all that.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
We can never forget that, Ronnie Ron.
We're trying to forget it.
No, but I kind of like this, like them wearing Dior, all this fashion designer type of stuff. And also, Nick Jackson, he's kind of looking a little older now. He has the beard going on now. I like that.
Yeah, I don't know. They look like little girls now.
They should call them the young Karens.
No, they should call them the old bucks.
Well, that too. But again,
the grizzled young bucks.
The grizzled young bucks.
Again, pie face and balding buck.
No, but I thought it was a really good match. I enjoyed it.
The QAnon bucks? What?
that too.
Adam, you had a point and thoughts on the match while you're there.
No,
that was a
I was really looking forward to this match, and it was a letdown. And the thing is, it started off exactly how I thought it was going to be. It was going to be your typical Young Buck match with the tricks and this, that, and the other. It's the thing is, when they do the mocking of people from the past, mocking the Shield and all that stuff. Yes, that's a heel tactic. Blah blah blah. Again, it's very disingenuous, because those said folks, with the exception of Ambrose Moxley, if Seth and Roman were in the company, ain't no way that's happening, because those guys will slap the teetotal shit out of them. And the other thing being, when it got to the comeback with Kingston, then I was hooked. I'm like, here we go. And then it just stopped. He throws on a submission and the crowd went dead. You could hear a pin drop.
And the crowd goes silent.
And the crowd goes mild. Yeah. I'm like, that is not how you do a hot tag.
Yeah, see, I like the hot tag. I like that because the crowd was so behind Eddie Kingston.
That's what I'm saying. They were chanting his name. They were invested. And that's amazing. Kind of an indication, hey, it might be time to go home. And they just killed the flow. And it went on for another damn 15 minutes. Another thing, too, I said at the top of the show, way too much blood. I know Moxley likes getting the juice because of his CZW days, but John, you got to pick your spots. If this was later in the show, I wouldn't have minded as much. But this was the second match. This was the second freaking match. And by the way, I have to stay corrected. Meltzer called this match of the year candidate because it's his boys. I'm not even necessarily. I'm not mad that the Bucks won, because I kind of anticipated that. And DJ, I see what you're saying, because especially if nobody knew who Eddie Kingston was, you'd be like, there's something off here. I see them as a tag team, and I like the fact that they're not the smoothest workers in the world. I mean, again, I'm not necessarily comparing them to the LOD, but they do just they're just brawlers, and I like that.
One more thing I want to add. So, I really like how Eddie Kingston, he was so over in this match also.
Like, oh my God, they were chanting Eddie before the match even began.
Right? And, I think this was probably the largest show he's ever wrestled at, with the most fans at. And, yeah, I just like these guys as a tag team, because, they come off so gritty, so, really, they're not your average, typical, tag team wrestlers and stuff. They could kill you in the parking lot. You know what I mean? Like they'll beat you down back, back behind the alley and stuff.
Hey, maybe Mox will be VP. Maybe I'll be a VP. No, that's what I'm saying. I was engaged with the promos and all that. And thank God, they switched a different version of Wild Thing, which tells me, regardless of what they say, they're listening to Cornette as much as they mother effort. They're listening to Cornette, because those were his exact words. Don't use the Trogs version. Use the one they used in Major League. But anyway. So again, like I said, it was after they killed the comeback, or they ceased the comeback, whatever. Though I tuned out, and then again the super kick does not mean jack shit anymore. Which I was surprised there was as little as super kicks as they were, but when they did nail Moxley, and he kicks out after one. And then loses to tap to the face. I said, you have got to be freaking kidding me.
Well, and two, my issue is, like, before, the super kick party thing was like what kind of got them over, right? But now it's kind of ran its course. And how do you pivot to get yourself over in a different way? Well, one of the biggest issues is your super kicks look like poop now. Like, at least before, when you were delivering them, they looked like they were worth a darn. Like it was this cool thing. But then when you
super kicks are so overdone in the business today. You know what I mean? Like everybody does them way too much. And like,
we know who the catalyst for it was. It was Matt Nick.
And you said one time, like I'm tired of wrestlers like using moves, like using finishers as like regular moves and like kicking out of them and stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
amen. As far as the super kicks, they're making them too flashy. Like if you watch the Young Bucks do a super kick versus Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels lays that shit in and makes it look like every time it looks like he's taking somebody's fucking head off. I mean, yes, he does the whole, tuning up the band thing.
Ask Shelton Benjamin about that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He obviously does the, tuning up the band thing, which, but he makes it look good, and he does it. It's his finisher. It's a finisher.
Mm-hmm.
And he uses it as such, not, let's do it 37 times during a match and then have it be a finish too. Like, no.
There's one guy that I like that does the super kick like this day, right? Like who's wrestling right now, which is El Phantasmo, because he doesn't do he just has only one super kick to take you out. Like he doesn't have to do a whole bunch, which I like that. You know what I mean? Because I hate when I hate finisher fest, because it takes away from it when a wrestler's just keeps on kicking out of it. Like it makes the finisher start to look weak then.
That's why Aleister Black's Fade Black kick is the best.
Spot on. Casey, did you have any more thoughts on the tag team title match, or are you kind of just?
It was a match.
Pretty much. I mean, a lot of what you guys said, too early for blood, way too early. And I don't even necessarily want to really blame that on them, because I also feel like they don't set up shows properly. Like I don't think this should have been the second match, of the show. Like, especially if you're trying to build this up as like a big feud. Why is this the second match? And then you're going to add blood in there for the second match or the second match of the show. Like, no, don't do that. Build up to this. And I've said it, before. I'm not a huge fan of the Bucks. I respect their what they've done in the business. I respect their business, intellect. obviously, you know, they built themselves up without the help of, you know, a big company like WWE, and I give them credit for that. At the same time, I have never seen the big, like, gaga over the Bucks. I really haven't. There are so many other teams that I think are just as good, if not better than them. But again, they used social media right. They used, you know, they knew what they were doing. I'll give it that. You know,
They're a knockoff version of the Rockers
they're a knockoff version of the Hardys. What are you talking about?
and the Hardys.
And again, I'm not taking anything away from them. I'm tired of them, and I think a lot of the fans are just, you know, cheering because, you know, that's what you're supposed to do. Oh, it's the Young Bucks, and we're watching AEW. You're supposed to, yay, you know, the Bucks, and it's like I'm ready for them to build up a younger tag team already. You know, we talk about it with WWE all the time, not, you know, building up
The Varsity Blondes.
They already killed them. They already, they that's not. But I mean,
shovels.
Yeah,
LAX or Pride and Powerful.
I think LAX is already built up.
Yeah, they're true. That's true. There's way too many tag teams over here in AEW.
Yeah,
It's just like crazy.
But it wasn't a bad match. It was just I think it was too early in the show. I kind of can see where DJ's coming off with them not feeling like a tag team. I don't feel like they seem like the traditional tag team to me. I would see them more as like in a faction, you know, more than a tag team. But they you know, for what the storyline called for and for what their gimmick is, it works. You know, they're two tough guys that are just gonna kick your ass and steal your shoes, and then whatever happens.
Have the Bucks get mad about it. There's only 5,000 of those that were made in the world.
They're gonna sell them on StockX.
Yeah.
Well, and I think too, to kind of wrap up this match for all of us here, going back to my opinion, I think that the Bucks are good and they are a good tag team, but I think the issue is I don't think they've adjusted, and that's why things are getting old with the Bucks, right? The Bucks. I mean, I feel like I can confidently say that the Bucks were one of the most over tag teams, 4 or 5 years ago. But what have they done to evolve? What have they done to continue to make them, you know, keep themselves over? It was, you know, it's kind of like, I mean, to draw somewhat of a comparison with the Usos. The Usos were over when they first came into WWE. They got stale, and they had to do something else. They had to change something to make themselves worth a darn. Now, what they're doing as a heel, like, or I should say, as heels, is one of those things that, like, it could be their reinvigorating thing. It could be the thing that's like, oh man, okay, the Bucks are back. But you have to do it right. How they're doing it currently isn't the way they need to do it, in my personal opinion.
Well, and that's the thing. I feel like looks like
Maybe,
right.
I have to say facts.
Anyway, as I was saying.
By the way, Casey, because I don't want you to get in the middle of your point, I want to say Wynn is one of the biggest AEW fans I know, by the way. So,
oh, well, this is going to be fun. I feel like the Young Bucks haven't really reinvented themselves like they needed to. You know, you look at somebody like Jericho, who constantly reinvents himself. Taker constantly reinvented himself. So many of the greats knew how to reinvent themselves. Even The Rock would, change something every time he came back to.
Yeah, he got huge. Oh, sorry. He did.
He's
He's
huge.
He's huge. But I feel like the Bucks are pretty much the same now as they were back in their PWG days. Like, they don't change
True.
enough. Like, yeah, they change their gear all the time and blah, 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 and this and that. But there's nothing about their character or their gimmick that changes enough to be like, oh, they're reinventing themselves. It's the same Buck.
Rome was not built in a
Now,
day.
when you say when, by the way, because let's have this conversation.
It's been like 7 years.
Are you talking about the Young Bucks rebuilding themselves, or are you talking about AEW as a whole? Would be the question I would have. Let's see. Shall we move forward?
Yes.
As he, of course, will probably fill us in on Casino Battle Royal for a future shot at the AEW championship. And he was talking about. Do you guys want to comment on this before we jump into the Casino Battle Royal? Rome wasn't built in a day when concerning AEW as a company.
No, it was not. It was not built in a day. But here's the problem: being with the tribalism of wrestling fans. So again, there is a discernible problem with AEW and WWE. To me, both shows are not offering anything good right now. AEW delivers a lot of action, but again, it just runs together. Nothing is special, and they're not putting emphasis on somebody of who they're pushing. Like, everybody is treated as equal because they want to be inclusive, and that's why they have so many guys on the roster. That's why they have so many of these battle royals and things of that nature.
Equality.
WWE is just boring. It's just sterile and boring. And I still like NXT, but they're not grabbing me as much as they used to. But yeah, I mean, like I said, just like, to me, there's too much of a, like, they say that they're not competition, but then they outwardly acknowledge them.
Yeah, well, and I think too, if you're, and that's the thing, there's a lot of pressure to trying to be competition. That's like, if AEW just started just as they are, they didn't call it WWE, they didn't try to be competition, it would be easier. Like, I think fans would be easier on them. Fans are so hard on them because you said, hey, for lack of a better term, we're going to stand up to the big dog. And when you do that,
Roman Reigns.
Yes. And when you do that, there's pressure to that. If somebody came out today and said, and had the buzz that AEW has as a basketball organization, no, we're gonna be different than the NBA. We're gonna be rougher than the NBA. We're gonna have fouls. We're gonna have fights. Whatever you want to say. If there's gonna be a level of pressure to that, especially if there's already a following. AEW already had this kind of magnetic fan base that was ready, and they were behind them from day one. And I think there's a level of pressure that is on AEW that wasn't necessarily on Impact when they first started, when they got 2 years in. Wasn't necessarily on even Ring of Honor when they started and got 2 years in. It took years and years and years for those companies to even get that type of buzz. So I think because of the buzz and because of the pressure that they put on themselves, that's why there's so many people that are so critical of AEW.
Well, also, and I will admit, WWE kind of did this with the XFL and the NFL, where they were like, we're going to be better than the NFL before the XFL even started. But that's the thing with AEW. They started saying this stuff like, oh, we're going to be competition for WWE. We're going to be the better alternative, blah, 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 before their first show was even held. And this was even before they had a weekly show. This was before their first pay-per-view. Like, you can't do that and then expect to not get the backlash that you've gotten from fans, because if you're going to do that, you have to back it up, and they haven't as much as they've needed to. You know,
Adam's walking into the arena here.
Do my Batista stance. No, here's the issue. And
From
again,
wherever, weigh in whatever.
I'm 5'10", 265 pounds of blue-eyed soul, baby. But this is the deal. I think I brought this up. I think I brought this guys up to you before. Is like the other thing too, and it's a little kind of been alluded a little bit, is that guys are more worried about impressing Meltzer more than anything else, rather than what's the house, what are we getting paid? Again, what the main thing that everybody should be looking for is what's the money? What is the money? Because everybody wants to get that 5-star match and get that pat on the back. And yes, cool. If Meltzer is your barometer for how good you are or how good the company is going to be, then you're looking at this the wrong way. And plus, Meltzer, when he butters these guys up and goes out of his way to not bury them, that's where the credibility becomes skewed a little bit, because he said, no other startup promotion has ever been this good or has ever been this successful, and this, that, and the other. Okay, Dave, name me a startup program that had a booming independent circuit where you could cherry pick independent wrestlers. Name me a startup program who the son of a billionaire, the son of an NFL owner, had the money backing to start said program and to randomly run into one of the PBS and TNT Turner executives to say, "Hey, wasn't there a wrestling promotion back like 20 years ago? You guys should start up a wrestling program." So people equate the money aspect and the successfulness to it is because there's all this great talent from the indies or that were quote WWE or NXT rejects, and it's like, okay, bring them over here, we'll get them over. There's no centralized focus on any of them. None.
First of all,
zero. And plus, three words that we were promised: sports-based presentation. The only reason why it's sports-based is because they have records. Other than that, it is just Circus Olay.
Also, to add, this is something that Adam and I were talking about the other day that I mentioned with Meltzer. A lot of these, especially, and I can't, fault them for this, but a lot of indie guys are looking to have Meltzer see their stuff and have him be like, oh, check out this guy or check out that guy, whether it's good or not, because they know that a lot more people are listening to Meltzer, whether they should or not, than say somebody like Cornette, because a lot of fans think Cornette is out of touch. But at the end of the day, I feel like Cornette wants what's best for the business, and he wants the shows to be good. He doesn't want, just marks to, be put over because, oh, they can do flashy stuff and there's no story, there's no psychology, there's nothing. But a lot of these guys are like, oh, well, if Meltzer sees me, he's gonna share, he's gonna talk about me, and then people are gonna watch me. Right there, obviously, you're gonna want that because it's gonna get eyes on you.
We wanted an alternative to WWE, not alternative WWE. And again, I guess the main crux for me is, and this is to both companies, what has both companies done to garner new fans?
Absolutely nothing.
I'll give you the short answer. Zilch. Zero. Nada. They're appeasing to the people that are already watching.
They're appeasing the marks.
They're appeasing the people that are going to go out of their way to watch. That's fine. That's good.
Yeah.
But look, and again, and I just put this in the room earlier. I understand why, because it was a shift, but unfortunately, it's going to be for the whole month of June. They were at 500,000 this past Friday. Now, again, that can't continue. I'm not saying it's going to continue, but that cannot continue after the month of June.
Oh, I didn't let you hear the comment, Adam. Hold up.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
But
Adam, I definitely agree. Like, what are they trying to do to draw these, casual fans? And these people, like, I'm definitely not like a person who is a non-wrestling fan. Right now, I'm definitely not going to, show them like anything from like WWE right now because they're like, what is this you're watching? Like, why are you even a fan of this? You know what I mean? Now I might show him some AEW. Like I might go like show him some older stuff and like try to get him to become a fan of that. You know what I mean? But not this current product right now because it's
well, I'll tell you what. You know what I would show him? You know what I would show to get him hooked to AEW, which I was fully on board with I was okay with what they did before they got on television. I get it. That was the draw. That was the appeal. Dustin and Cody at the first Double or Nothing. It's one of the best matches. One of the best matches, at least this decade, and probably longer than that. There was a story there. It was intense. It was believable. This, that, and the other. That's what I was wanting. That's what I was wanting. But Stadium Stampede and this orange juice match and the barbed wire match. It's just you're trying to sensationalize these gimmick matches on free freaking television.
Well, and I think too, when it comes down to it, I don't, and maybe I'm wrong when I say this, so I will preface this with that, but I think AEW is trying too hard to garner new fans because you can say that they're trying to keep that both companies are trying to keep the fans that they have watching. But like when you have a barbed wire everywhere in the building, exploding barbed wire match, new fans are going to be like, well, what's that? I might want to go check that out. When you have a ridiculous Stadium Stampede, which of course that's not one that fans would just happen to tune in to see. But like if you see highlights of that, you as a new fan, as a person who's been away from wrestling for years and years and years, I think you're more pressed to go and watch because it's something that you're like, I don't know what this is. So why not go watch it? Because I've talked to casual fans who've told me that they would probably, from accessibility standpoint too, would probably watch AEW over any other company. And that's simply because there is an element of sport to it. Now, it's not full-fledged like maybe it was when it first started, but because of that element of it being a sport more than it being this entertainment thing, I've heard casual fans say, you know what? I watched that. You know what? I like this. You know what? I'll check this out because there's an element of it that is more real to me.
Well, and here, but to go along with that point, here's the problem with sports-based presentation aspect of it. When some of the tournaments that they had, to me, have been a little disingenuous, but at least with the like the Casino Battle Royal, there's at least a prize to it. So I'll give it that. But again, with the Britt Baker thing, she bled a gusher, and her and Thunder Rosa had that great match. Granted, I don't know why you would do that on a pay-per-view, but that's just me. If you're going to have that type of gimmick match, but anyway,
it's free though. It's free TV.
Britt Baker wins. They put her over as the loser, and she just says that she's the number one contender. So
they didn't put it on records and stuff because it was unsanctioned.
Correct, but that's the problem. That's the problem.
Yeah,
that did not go against her record. But again, if that was the case, then why have the match? If that was eventually going to be somewhat of the catalyst of her getting a title shot, and not to mention, what sport do you know where the 20th ranked team says, we didn't win our division, we didn't win our conference. I want to go up against the defending champion. Like, do the Dallas Cowboys say, well, next year we don't want to play the season, we just want to play the Buccaneers in the Super Bowl? No, there has to be a process to it.
Right.
I mean, the Cowboys and Buccaneers can't play in Super Bowl together because in the same conference.
But that's what I'm saying. Like in terms of logic, in terms of the AEW book and of the sports presentation aspect of it, and it's like, well, I just want to play them in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I see what you mean there. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like how can you lose a match and like go like, oh yeah, you're gonna get a title shot here. Yeah, I just don't understand.
But getting back to the review for those who came for the review and not our tangents, we got to go on at least one. There's got to be at least one good tangent in here, which it was based off the comments. So
yeah, Casey made a good point. Casey made a good point that we should have a new podcast. It should be called the Sidebar Podcast. I mean,
we start on one topic and then we never finish it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But let's jump into the Casino Battle Royal. I guess we can kind of blow through these a little bit if we don't, just depending on how much we have to say. Casino Battle Royal, for me, I didn't care. It's a battle royal. They're overdone. I don't even care to watch battle royals anymore. I watched it, a little bit of it. I kind of skipped through some of it. I thought the Joker being Leo Rush, I thought it was kind of cool. I like Leo Rush. I'm a big Leo Rush guy. I thought it was kind of cool. I like that. I like that as kind of being the surprise. Is it as big as you want it to be? Probably not, right? And because you got to put yourself in a no. But it's just one of those situations where when you say that it's going to be big, you expect it to be you almost expect it to be somebody that everybody's going to know. And once again, to get back to the previous point, not just someone that hardcore fans are going to know. But anyway, Jungle Boy won the match, eliminated Christian Cage. So wait a minute. Let me just make sure I look at this right.
Christian Cage did not outwork everybody.
I know Jungle Boy's over and all, but there ain't no way that Jungle Boy is winning the AEW World Championship.
But they'll be the blind defense to it, say, well, this will get him some credibility. But yes, what wins did he have along the way aside from this just randomly is just going to put him over? I love that he won, but this is not doing anything for him in the future.
Did he beat Dax Harwood a while back?
I don't know. I honestly don't even remember.
Yeah, he did have that match. It was like back in February sometime. Yeah, I remember that. That was a pretty good match.
Strong show.
But I mean, I would be more pressed to believe that the Luchasaurus would win the dang on title. Friggin' Dinosaur would win that title over Jungle Boy. Sorry, Jungle Boy. I mean, shoot, Marco Stunt, give him no, I'm kidding.
In a WLC match.
Yes.
I will hang up this damn phone right now. I swear to God.
How dare you disrespect my boy, Marco? That's my boy right there.
Hey, Casey, you could be in the match too because you're short too.
The way, Wednesday night.
Casey started the Marco Stunt gimmick. What do you mean?
That's what I'm saying.
I am the Marco Stunt gimmick.
Casey,
for me.
What's your
short
thoughts on
people
the Casino
have
Battle Royal? Because I will definitely beat you in a beard versus beard match.
Christ!
I mean, when at the end of the match, when that little kid came out, I was like, "Who's hugging Jungle Boy?" Oh, it's Marco.
It's Casey. It's that Chase guy.
Is that Jungle Boy's kid? Oh,
I didn't know he had a kid. What?
Kids, where are your parents?
Is that Swoggle?
Anyway, that Joker was a huge letdown. I'm just gonna say it, huge letdown. Matt, listen, I don't have anything personally against Leo Rush. I think he's talented. I think he has a bit of an ego that he needs to kind of cut down on, but nothing personally against him. That said, he is not somebody you put in the Joker spot as a surprise entrant. I couldn't care less if I tried. I was just at that point I was done. Like, and then when he got in, and I didn't even notice until this point, but him and Private Party just seemed sloppy. I don't know what it was. The three of them just seemed sloppy, especially after he got in. Like there was a lot of like just not necessarily botches, but it just stuff that didn't look smooth, that they were trying to do. But I was happy that Jungle Boy won. I think it's not going to do much for him, but at least, hey, it might give him a little bit of a push. Something. He's obviously not going to win, but I think it's a well-deserved win either way. And I think in a way, him winning and then having Christian kind of give him the the attaboy kind of a thing. I think that's a little bit of a push there, just having a legend like Christian and be like, hey, it's your turn, it's your time, that kind of a thing. I mean, again, he's not going to win the title, but I'm still happy he won. I don't know who else I would have wanted to win, to be honest. There was nobody in this match that I was like, oh yeah, that definitely him, except for maybe Matt Hardy or Christian, but they wouldn't have won either. So it's like, I don't think there was anybody in this match that was going to beat Kenny for the title because that's how they're booking Kenny.
Yeah. So Casey would say it was there was no botching, so it was crisp. Moving on to
it was crisp, but
moving on.
It wasn't necessarily botching.
Moving on to Justin.
I have yet to see a good casino battle royal in AEW because I understand the gimmick, it's double or nothing, kind of like a casino type of thing, they have all these different suits come out. I get that. But the pacing seems off a little bit in this match, when they have like 5 guys come out and they have to wait. I kind of like how they have the clock though, but waiting 2 minutes, I think that's a little excessive. I think it should be less than that. And I was kind of expecting somebody else to be the Joker. I don't know, maybe like a Moose or like a not Moose, like maybe like an Andrade or somebody. I was expecting somebody else to be the Joker. But Leo Rush, I'm happy with, but he's kind of just gonna be like a like I don't think he's gonna go really far. Maybe he might get like a TNT title someday. Or
I'm gonna say it, Andrade would have been a letdown too. I said it. I don't care.
You're full of poop. You're full of freaking poop.
Well, let's see if he's full of poop. Let's see this really quick. Yeah.
No, I just hate the format and the concept. Not necessarily the concept of the format of this, but it's way too convoluted. Either actually do what a battle royal is, where everybody's in at the same time, or just do a regular type of Royal Rumble. You don't even have to call it that. I just like have every once in a while a bunch of guys come in. It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. And I did like how the fact that like every 6 seconds, Big Show was like, "Where's Will Hobbs? Where's Will Hobbs? Where's Will Hobbs?" And they kept saying he's outside of the ring.
Yeah, I did see that spot where everybody kind of went outside the ring because like they did like a really far away like it was really, the camera was really far away. I was like, "Where's everybody at? Did they just all get eliminated?" And yeah, I didn't like Big Show's comp. Where are they at though? I like Big Show's commentary. I really wasn't enjoying that.
He's not good. He is. I'm just gonna say I tell you what, Paul White. His commentary is the shits.
I tell you what, when there's some eliminations when they got eliminated, like the fans booed a lot. Like when it was Brian Pillman Jr. when he got eliminated, people was mad about that. And then Leo Rush, they were kind of upset when Leo Rush got eliminated. And there was another one. It wasn't
How about
evil,
when he
you
tried
know.
to? How about when he tried to do that stunner and he basically just fell backwards into Matt Hardy?
Yeah, he does it on purpose, like on the ropes, like, and he. Yeah, that actually no. Yeah, he tries to do that, but like that looked really bad. That looked bad.
No,
Yeah,
I know how he's supposed to execute it, but I think Matt Hardy was just a little too tall. I'm not even trying to be funny. Like I see where what the spot was supposed to be, but it was just. I mean, it happens, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, I have yet to see a good casino battle royal, like, and like DJ said, or maybe it was Case, I don't know who said this, but you know, us marks, you know, we know who these guys are, but these casual fans are like, who's that? Like, who is that guy? You know what I mean?
Who's this other child in this match? What's going on here?
What's going on here? But you know, I'm happy for Jungle Boy, you know, because he's been so over, you know, them singing this song every single week and stuff. So I understand he's over, but he's no way in hell he's beating Kenny. By God, Omega.
Kenny 69 Omega. Oh,
69 be done. 69.
Adam,
Kenny, what is ring psychology Omega?
Adam, what's your thoughts
wrestling
on
sex dolls.
Casino Battle Royal? Adam, do you have thoughts, or do we need to come back?
I've pretty much given my stance. I'm happy. I'm happy he won. This will give him a little bit of a rub, but other than that, yeah, he ain't winning the title.
All right, Cody Rhodes versus Anthony Ogogo.
Wake me up before you a go.
Wake me up before you go.
Justin, go ahead and go first on this one.
You know, I thought this match was good. You know, Anthony Ogogo, he looked really good in this match. He hit a really nice frog splash in this match. Like he's really
beautiful frog splash. Beautiful frog splash.
Crisp. It was very crisp. I'll tell you that. And you know, I agree with I agree with Casey that Cody Rhodes' attire was not that good. It was ugly. Like that was bad. Like, and I understand, you know, like Memorial Day weekend and stuff, you know, red, white, and blue, you know, America and stuff. But yeah, that was bad attire that he was wearing.
He's the founding father of the mid card.
You know, I thought this was a good match, but I feel like Anthony Ogogo, he should have had a little more offense in this match, and because Cody Rhodes, he just beat him like really clean. Like how what finisher did he hit? It was
Vertebreaker.
The Vertebreaker, that's right. Yeah, he hit
the worst setup I've ever seen in my freaking life. Horrible.
That's right. Whoa. I'm gonna mute myself.
What happened? I'm confused.
Oh, I don't know if you could hear that because my phone was like buzzing. Like my phone was I had FaceTime going off right now. People are trying to FaceTime me. Busy man going busy play.
The great Grado. The great
Grado does have a great entrance, by the
way. No, but what was I? Oh yeah, so I hate how Anthony Ogogo got beat clean here. I wasn't really the biggest fan of that. I felt like Cody Rhodes maybe should got like a roll up or something if they were going to have him win, because I feel like now where does Anthony go after this? He goes away. Bye. See you. Goes back to the line.
Goes away. I thought I enjoyed this match. I like how Anthony Ogogo, there was a spot in the match where he pinned Cody, but Cody was like completely under the rope. And it was like one of those, like, he's young, he doesn't know what he's not as experienced and with his in-ring positioning and stuff like that. I thought that was good. That was
he's green.
I wouldn't say all that, but and then the Vertebreaker finish, I love it, but I thought the setup was kind of stupid. Like, Homicide is the greatest at setting up that move. If anyone wants to do that move, they must learn from Homicide how to set it up. Thank you. Bye. But
speaking of Homicide, he's back in Ring of Honor.
He should have stayed in ring. Casey, did you give your thoughts on this match?
He hasn't.
Thanks, making sure.
I haven't. For once, he's correct.
Would you like to give your thoughts on this match?
It was a match. It was there. No, it was a good match. I like Adam was saying, and probably would say if he was here and didn't leave abruptly. No, it's cool. It's cool. He messaged me right back. Whatever, Adam. We're gonna hype up Marco Stunt now that he's gone. Yeah, Marco Stunt for champ. Let's go. Anyway, yeah, this was a good solid match. I liked it. I didn't think Anthony Ogogo was gonna win, just because I mean it's Cody, but I think it was a good kind of rub for him and kind of, you know, at least for me, I was able to kind of see a little bit more of Anthony Ogogo and kind of became a fan of his. So I definitely want to see more of him. And we got a vertebreaker. So I'm always happy when there's a vertebreaker or a Canadian destroyer. My two favorite moves.
All right. Moving into Miro versus Lance Archer. Miro, when he's in the ring, makes me realize why I love Miro. I like kind of his new, not as goofy gimmick now. I think it suits him better. I think he's just more well suited when it's just him being serious and being him. And I like it. This is more like the Bulgarian Brute that I'm used to and that I kind of fell in love with in WWE when he first showed up. And I like it. Lance Archer, I think he did some good stuff in this match too. This overall was just a good match. I like Lance, but Lance, please don't do the old school moonsault thing ever again. Thanks. I think it's a cool move. It just looks weird when he does it. I don't know why. Just does. To me, just looks weird when he does it. Even though I do enjoy, watching Lance. I think he's pretty good. I agree, Win. I agree. Miro Day. Miro Day. But I love Miro. Why Miro is an AEW champion 3 weeks ago in 2 days, I don't know. I really don't. Because he should be. Okay, bye. Justin, thoughts on the Miro versus Lance, where Miro did retain the TNT title, by the way. So he is TNT champion. I'll give it that.
I really enjoyed this match, like the really fast-paced style match, for two big guys here. Vince would love this match here because, he loves big guys. But I like how at the beginning of the match, how they were brawling around ringside. I like that belly-to-belly suplex into the crowd. That was a nice spot. And I agree with DJ, that old school on, doing the moonsault over the ropes. No. Please don't do that again. Please don't do that. But I like how Miro, I like how he had to try to do different things because Lance Archer, he's a big guy. I like how he was targeting the back a lot of Lance Archer, which was good. And I feel like it was right for Miro to go over here, because I think it was too early. I think it's too early to take the title off of him. Because he just, recently won it. So, yeah, that was the right decision. But, it was a good match, though. I enjoyed it.
Casey?
All I have to say is if you are not confident that you can clear the top rope and you're going to try to dive over the top rope, do not try to dive over the top rope because it looks terrible. It just, and that was the first spot of the entire match. The first spot just barely makes it over the top rope and just almost crashed and burned. Don't do that. Don't do that.
What does Scott say?
all the customers
No.
to join the dark side and follow. No.
Nope.
No.
Get out of here. Leave. Be gone. Yeah, I don't know. It was an okay match. And I love Lance Archer, but like just not in this match. Not in this match. Just not in this match.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. AEW Women's Championship match. Hikaru Shida versus Dr. Britt Baker, DND. Is she the first doctor ever to win a title? Is that a thing? I mean, I know Matt Striker was a teacher, but I don't think he won a title either. But anyway,
Michelle McCool was a teacher also.
Which of course is not the same thing as a doctor. But I'm just saying, like, people who held occupations as their shtick, even though she's a real shtick.
Are you saying other wrestlers never had jobs?
Yes, they're only wrestlers all the time. That's it. They didn't start off as anything else. I thought this was good. I don't know what that diaper was that Sheeta was wearing, but other than that, I thought this match was good. I think Sheeta is good. I just think she had ran her course. I think having a heel champion in Dr. Britt Baker is going to definitely help AEW's women's division because I think she's one of the best that they got, and I think she definitely deserves to get this kind of rub.
I feel like they're going to turn her face really soon because like the fans are so behind her. So like the fans are going to be turning her face basically. And like she kind of panders to the fans a little bit because like she was like DMD, and like all the fans, like the fans they've been wanting Britt Baker to be the champion like ever since AEW started. And why wasn't she champion when they first started? I have no idea. I have no.
Well, it wouldn't have worked because she got injured like 2 seconds later. But my thing is like I like her, and I definitely think that she's gonna bring a lot of pizzazz, for lack of a better term, to the women's division. I really like her finisher. I like the mandible claw, but what is the
lockjaw?
What else did she do? Like what's it was a
she did like a curve stomp. That was pretty nice.
Yeah. What was a submission though? For some reason I can't. It's like the butterfly thing. I can't think of the name of it right off the top of my head anymore.
It's the lockjaw, like where she puts her fingers in her mouth.
Casey, can you give me the technical term for what the submission is called? If you say the lockjaw, I'm gonna hurt you. No, what like when they butterfly the arms? I can't think currently. Help me.
That's a lot.
It's not officially called. For her.
Are you talking about a full Nelson?
No, go ahead. Adam, help me. Okay, so
get the clip and put it on here. Put the pin.
Can you? I'll find it. What? So I know what the mandible claw is. I got that part. Okay. What is the rest of the submission? It's I can't think of what it is. Adam, do you know what it is? Because these fools ain't helping me any.
Iron bar.
So when you take the arms and you butterfly them like she did, I can't think of what it's called. I really can't. I'm
take
drawing
the arms and butterfly her. What? What are you?
Screw it. Just freaking screw it. The dang lockjaw freaking stupid move. That move. I like it. Screw it. Whatever it's officially called, I don't give a darn. That move. I like it.
You're talking about the lockjaw.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, yes. Forget it.
Lockjaw, but yes, it's it's like a Rings of Saturn with the mandible claw.
Thank you. Okay, so what's the Rings of Saturn called? Or is it just called
Rings of Saturn?
Okay.
Because Saturn used it. Because Saturn's his last name, and Saturn has a ring around it.
I get it.
It's like Marco Stunt because he has a stunted growth.
I can for some reason. That's where I know it from, though. The Rings of Saturn.
The shoot. Now I'm going to the mandible claw. The shoot aspect of it. It was an actual thing where. It was what inspired the show The Fugitive back in the day. This guy had this hold to his quote victims, where he would put his 2 fingers underneath your tongue, and then it's almost like a pressure point thing, where if you suffocated this one spot, you would pass out. That was the inspiration for it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Rings of Saturn. Maybe that's what I was thinking. I know that's technically probably not the official.
No, because, I don't know. Other than that, it's just like, a double armed hook.
The lockjaw. I know that. I know that part. I know what it's called when she.
I was in a panic because all of a sudden I'm hearing, help! Help! Help!
Oh.
Pimp down! 1032! Pimp in distress!
Adam, what was your thoughts on the AEW women's title match? Oh,
again, clunky how they got there, but I thought this was pretty solid. I'm glad that they're finally going with Britt. A couple of clunky spots, like Cheetah threw Baker into the ropes and she jumps too early for the drop kick, and Britt just randomly falls down, which I don't know if that was supposed to indicate that she was going to stop and slip out anyway, or if it was just bad timing. But anyway, by the way, there were some live rounds being thrown in that match, which I thought was a nice little touch. And even leading up to the last week's Dynamite, you listen to that crowd. She is over. She is eventually, when they come back around and realize that she's a monster babyface, she'll be the star of the women's division. But no, this solid match, right womanwood over. Nothing against Sheeta. It was just, I think everyone had kind of had her fill of her as champion.
Right. Justin, go ahead and give your thoughts on this match, or did you?
I haven't given my thoughts on that.
Now that I've gotten confused with the Rings of Saturn, I've completely got confused on where we are in the show.
Well, Casey, you're hosting the show now.
Oh God.
I thought this was a good match, but I'm happy that Sheeta finally lost the title, because her title reign felt like, and I'm going to kind of compare it to Asuka's title reign, because not just because they're Japanese. No, I'm not being racist. It's because they barely defended.
Sheeta reminds me of Tomohiro Ishii.
She reminds me of that chick from what's that movie called? Wonder Woman.
I swear, if it's
she reminds me of the chick in Wonder Woman. I don't know why. Diana, whoever the real person's name is. And also Deanna Purrazzo reminds me of what's that?
I was making a joke. Just continue.
You want to get back to the match, or are we just gonna wander into Deanna Purrazzo reminds me of, and then this person reminds me.
We're gonna wander into another tangent. We all know this.
No,
an hour and a half in, we're gonna wander into another tangent.
Chris Jericho reminds me of a fat Bret Michaels.
No, but I thought this was a really good match, and I thought it was funny in the match when who's the referee? Bryce. What's his name?
Bryce Remsburg.
Bryce Remsburg. Yeah, he's been referenced for so long.
You show that man some respect.
Show him some respect.
His name's Bryce. I cannot give a man respect whose name is Bryce.
I got a friend named Bryce, so I'll let you.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. He's way better than that reanimated corpse, that other bald, slack jaw, terrible referee.
But no, Bryce.
Next topic is referees, ladies and gentlemen.
No. All the refs.
No, I thought it was
the best.
Speaking of referees, I'm watching this Stampede match, and there's referees I've never seen before.
No, but Bryce, I thought it was funny, how when Britt Baker threw away the title, and he saw her throw the title out the ring. Like, oh, screw it, doing the 1, 2, 3.
They make the refs look stupid, and they give them no credibility.
Yeah, he goes I saw you throw that out, but you know what? We're supposed to give you the win here. So 1, 2, 3, and also I like the finish, with her getting curve stomp on the title. That was nice. I like the back and forth action between them, like with Britt Baker trying to put in the lockjaw really early in the match. It was good stuff here, and I'm so happy that they gave the title to Britt Baker. I marked out like I called.
He really did.
I was marking out like I was shaking, dude. Like I was marking out because, like I said, she should have been the AEW Women's Champion since day one.
Okay.
But yeah.
Casey, you got any thoughts on this match?
I just need to know who decided, and I'm still watching the Stampede match, who decided to put fake plastic half pigs in that freezer. They're so obviously plastic.
Ladies and gentlemen, Booker of the Year.
They're so obviously plastic. It's bad. Anyway,
no, how about this? Why do they have a meat locker?
Concessions.
Answer me that.
Concessions.
I don't. There's so much about this doesn't make sense. Anyway, I'm just happy that we have a women's champion that hopefully they will book correctly and book this women's division to a point where I know who's in the division because I care. Like, I haven't cared to this point because they haven't given me anything to really, like, sink my teeth into. I think Britt Baker could do it because I like her and I think she's good. But,
sink your teeth into? Because she's...
Shut up.
Because she's a dentist.
I hope you're proud of yourself for that.
Because she's a shark.
I'm done. Move on.
All right. Adam, did you want to give your thoughts on Cody and Agogo, and what was the other one? Miro and
Lance? I really have. Oh well, I forgot about that one too. Glad Miro went over. I think DJ, you probably said why in the first moments of the match. Why does he have to do the Undertaker tightrope walk followed by a moonsault? Let's stop. By the way, him throwing the bag that has the snake, it was clearly not having a real snake in there. Nobody cared. That was stupid. But I thought that match was okay.
I think if they were going to do that, I think they should have planted somebody in the crowd and threw it in the crowd and just have them like freak out or something.
Yes, thank you. That was my exact. Or do the earthquake spot where he does the Machka and just steps on it.
Which there were a lot of crowd spots in this show.
Another thing too, the Cody, like I said, the Cody and Agogo match, which I thought was the actual best professional wrestling match of the card. It was simple. It was fine. I didn't really necessarily understand the story behind the build up to this, but it is what it is. People are now comparing Cody to Triple H in terms of burying talent. I don't see that just yet, but that remains to be seen. But yeah, that match and the Archer and Miro match were good.
Moving into go ahead, Casey.
Sidebar real quick. I feel like, and this is nothing against Anthony Ogogo, but I feel like you can't necessarily bury someone who hasn't been built yet. That's
facts.
That's like saying you buried a jobber. Like, you have to build.
That's what I'm saying. It's Marks trying to sound like they're like they know what the fuck they're talking about.
They're trying to sound intelligent, which
Well, all right. Moving on to my skip it match of the night. Darby Allin and Sting versus Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. I did skip this match. I didn't get a chance to watch this match. I just didn't get a chance to watch it. And I had no plans on going back and watching it. I'm sure it was good. I just didn't want to watch it.
Go watch it right now.
It was okay. There was nothing really anything special about it. I mean, Darby still.
I did this.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, that's all you gotta do. I mean, that's it.
It was a match.
It was a match.
Well, Casey sounds like it's more than just a match to him. So, what was your thoughts, Casey?
I thought it was pretty good for what it was. Damn,
And you before when we were doing our predictions, you were saying, "Oh, this match is going to be a match you don't care about," and that is a match you care about, actually.
Exactly. That's how it always is. No, but it wasn't.
So you know what you should do? They say you don't care about anything on the show, and you care about everything on the show.
You care about her.
You care about her murder on the shirt.
That's better. That's better. Anyway, as I was saying, no, again, it wasn't anything to write home about. It wasn't like match of the night, but it was good. I felt like we got to see a decent amount out of Sting, of things that he could do, and it was actually really good. You know, he did some good spots. He worked well. He didn't get injured as far as I know, which is always a good thing. I thought it was good. You know, it's definitely. I watched it a second time and I thought it's good. Again, it wasn't match of the night or anything, but it was definitely better than what I expected it to be.
I'll definitely have to go back and.
Hi, Adam. Also,
watch it.
Little
he said he had to go.
He had to go to the bathroom.
No, he had to literally go.
Well, I kind of want to give my thoughts on this match a little bit.
Appreciate it, Wendell.
I thought this match was. I thought the match was all right. I mean, it really wasn't like anything special. I mean, I did kind of like the spot where Darby Allin got gorilla pressed into the, into his like brother. Was his brother and cousin? It was some of his family. They were at the show and he got gorilla pressed into the crowd. I don't really like how Sting got the pinfall win here. Like, I wouldn't mind if it was Darby Allin, but like, I don't know. I feel like whoever was going to win this match was going to help out. It doesn't help out anybody here. If you lose, it doesn't help you out. If you win, yeah. I mean, maybe it helps out Darby Allin more because I don't know. But this match was meh. It's meh.
Moving into the AEW World Championship match, Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega, Orange Cassidy, Impact. What I thought was the main event, and then I was like, there's a lot of time left in the show. I forgot about the Stadium Stampede match at the time when I was watching the show. I thought the match was pretty good. Did have probably a few more false finishes than it needed. Yeah. But I mean, for the most part, I thought it was good. I still like the V triggers from Kenny. I think he makes a good heel when he's just like kind of goofy in a way, and kind of just weird. Because he is kind of a weird, awkward looking guy in terms of the way he just carries himself anyway. So I think he does a good job with that. Some of his looks are still a little weird to me. Some of his weird little looks or whatever. I love Pac. I need a TNT or AEW World Championship run in his future. Thank you. See y'all later. But I like Orange Cassidy in this match too. I have realized that Kenny Omega is a bum because he almost lost to Orange Cassidy. So there you go. But I do love Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy is my favorite person probably ever in life. I literally keep my hands in my pockets the entire match when Orange Cassidy's on the screen. Yes, I do. That's my.
So how do you clap? Like how do you mark out? Like yeah, like
I don't.
You don't.
I don't. I just enjoy the match with my hands firmly in my pockets. But I love Orange Cassidy. I really do. I know Adam's not a huge fan of Orange Cassidy, which he is entitled to his strong opinion. But I still feel like Orange Cassidy, like just the stuff that he does, like I just think it's funny. I enjoy it. It's enjoyable to me. I enjoy it. But I thought this was a good I think they did a good job of showing Kenny's weaknesses a little bit in terms of like, hey, he can be beaten specifically by Orange Cassidy more than anybody. But he can be beaten. There are ways to beat him, which I think is good because it kind of opens up for somebody to come in and potentially take the title from him. I mean, I thought it was good. I thought he sold pretty well. I thought everybody sold pretty well in this match. His Snapdragon suplexes are really good. He has some really good, for lack of a better term, crisp moves that he does at times. So, but they're still protecting the one-wing angel, which I'll tell you, if they don't protect any finisher ever in the history of life, they are for darn sure going to protect that one because they will not let him hit it if he's gonna if somebody's gonna kick out. But he also, I think, they did a good job of with some of the false finishes. There was one where they had the camera position in the ring, and Kenny kind of just jumped through the bottom rope and broke the pin up. That was good. Some of the breakups were good in this match, I felt like. But good match. Good. Good. What I thought was the main event. Good match. Kenny retains. I still can't see who they have winning. I still didn't feel like Pac was going to win. I still didn't feel like Orange Cassidy was going to win. So that's kind of like how I was kind of in this match thinking, like, why do this match if I can't believe that either one of them are going to win? But nonetheless. Casey, thoughts on the AEW World Championship match?
Well, first of all, Adam's hatred for Orange Cassidy, the great Orange Cassidy, is just because Adam is an uncultured swine. So
he's just not as cool as Orange Cassidy. I mean,
and he'll never be as cool as Orange Cassidy, and that's just something he has to live with, And some people just will never be as cool as Orange Cassidy,
hard to live up to.
Adam can't do half of the things with his hands in his pocket that Orange Cassidy can do, and it's fine. I can't either. But I'm okay with that, and I respect the fact that he can do these things with his hands in his pockets. And as soon as Adam realizes that, we can all just move on with our lives and live happily ever after.
I hope he's Snapchatting you currently.
No, that's my Snapchat.
And we send that snap. Anyway, good match. I knew Kenny was going to win the entire time, which made it kind of not as enjoyable as it could have been, because I feel like at this point it's like, the old, Cena wins because Cena kind of joke. Kenny wins because Kenny. Like, that's just how it is. But I don't know. I part of me doesn't. I don't think Orange needs a title. For one.
Yeah, he's big enough draw without it.
Yeah, he's one of those guys, like a Piper. Piper was huge and never won the title. Won the big one because he didn't need to. Orange is so over. He's one of the most over guys on the entire roster. I think I was reading somewhere that like he's the highest selling merch too, which I wouldn't be surprised. But I definitely see Pac winning, or Pac, whatever they're calling him. It used to be Pac, now it's Pac. No, whatever. Never. I see him definitely winning the title at some point whenever they decide to have Kenny drop it, which will probably be like in 2 years.
I still feel like Adam
It was
Page
a solid match. It was a good match.
I still feel like Adam Page is going to be the person that they're trying to build up to take the title off of Omega, because they have so much of that history with each other.
It's clearly going to be Jungle Boy. Get it right.
It's clear that he's going to beat him in 2 weeks. He's going to beat him in 2 weeks on Dynamite. But no, this match, I really enjoyed this match. I like when Kenny Omega he did that that rolling senton. I think it was on Orange Cat. No, it was on Pac. And then he did the backbreaker to Orange Cassidy. That was nice during the match. I like the German suplex from the top rope. It was Pac who did that on Kenny Omega. That was nice. I like the false finishes in this match. The camera angles, were good and stuff. But I don't like how Don Callis, it's kind of goes like for every Omega match. Somebody always has to get involved, and Don Callis is getting involved here. I mean, it doesn't surprise me at this point.
That's the weakness, though.
True.
That's the weakness. They take Don Callis out, and then that gives somebody a chance to beat Kenny. True.
But Kenny Omega hitting a bazillion Snapdragon suplexes. He just spamming that. You know how when you're playing, when you're playing a WWE game and people get mad at you for just spamming the same move over and over again. Well, that's what Kenny Omega is doing right here. The spamming that move over and over again, and then you go like, I can't reverse the
WWE game, and you get rolled up like 7 years ago, and you still can't let it go. Yeah,
never will.
Which there was a roll up in this match, which DJ loved it. He loved the roll up, a fruit roll up also. He loves fruit roll ups also, but he loved this roll up here.
More of a Gushers guy. Actually.
I'm more of a Gushers guy too. Gushers, the juice. No. Never mind. I was thinking of something else. No, the juice Stralic equation. No, I was thinking of Skittles. I
thought you were thinking of OJ said.
But no, I like the back and forth between all of these guys this match. It felt like a really good multi-man, triple threat match, which I enjoyed it. Which I usually, one person that gets taken out of the match for a while, and then it becomes like a one-on-one, and then they randomly just pop up at the end of the match. But I like how each guy was doing different things with each other, which was nice. I enjoyed this good match. And Kenny Omega, he's just going to hold the title for like 10 years, and he's never going to lose it.
One thing that I did notice in the match I thought was really funny was when Orange Cassidy was doing his little kicks that he does, where of course the audience oversells him, and Pac just low blowed him. I was like, yes, that was perfect. I was like, that was so perfect.
There's one more spotlight in the match where Pac, he was going up for the 450 splash, and to break up that was it a submission or a pin that Omega had on?
I think it was a pin.
Yeah, I think it was a pin. But Bryce was there, doing 1-2, and then 450, and like he just like kind of like jumps out, like he gets he sells that like really good. The referee sells it really good. That was funny. I was laughing my ass off during that, but that was funny there.
All right, main event, Stadium Stampede match. Let's jump right into it here. So, I liked it. As goofy and weird and crazy as it is,
last year was goofier.
Oh, really? I just like it for the unpredictability of it. You never know where they're going to go, and they kind of exploit that a little bit. Even with the meat locker, as gimmicky and weird as it can be, you never really know what they're going to do with it. So Jericho had MJF in the chair, and he got kind of pushed him off the little ledge. Why did they show the other angle of that? What? It was a 6-inch drop. Why did you show the other angle of that? Just let him walk down the little stairs, and we'll be like, oh, it wasn't that far. But still, like, I think it made it look worse because they showed the other angle as opposed to not. If they didn't show the other angle, it just would have been like, whoa, where'd he go? And then, it just would have been like, oh, we didn't go that far.
He went through the table.
Where the New Day was under. I popped hard for Urban Meyer. I did. I popped real hard to see Urban Meyer in this show. I thought that was hilarious. That was so funny. I don't know what it was. It was just I was like, what? Is it Urban Meyer? What's going like? And I mean, you have the resources. Might as well use them. And I think that was a good one. Wardlow. when you shut the door, you make sure it latches, sir. This man gonna shut the door and leave it completely open. What was the point? What was the point? What was the point? That was so stupid to me.
And then look surprised that he came out. Wait, what?
The thing where Sean Spears took the bolt cutters and was like, "Nah, I'll just take a chair." Huh? That was confusing.
I thought he was gonna do some stuff, chop the
choppy anyway.
choppy the pee off.
I was thinking with this, I was like, why would you pick a chair over bulk? Anyway, continuing on, the little lucky Sammy just happened to see the bolt cutters when he needed the bolt cutters. Typical wrestling. How did that get there? Oh my gosh. Sean Spears threw it to him. What? Yeah, whatever. I'm still trying to figure out how in the heck and why you're in the middle of a match and FTR and Tully are just chilling in the bar area or whatever that was, the lounge, whatever you want to call it. They're just hanging because they're not in the middle of a match or anything. Just hanging.
That happened. That happened last year with Hangman Adam Page. He was just at the bar, drinking some whiskey, or whatever.
He makes more sense. That's what he does. That's his shtick. They're just talking. They're just sitting there, just hanging out. Don't know what's going on in the match, but what's up, Telly? Oh, what's up, Dick? Oh, what's up? Like what? Like anyway. Conan being there was awesome. That was cool. I popped for that. I also popped for the Shad Khan cutoff. I really did. I was like, that's funny. I did like the you're gonna be in so much trouble thing, and then Jericho picks his Shad Khan's fake hair that's not actually on the cutoff. I thought that was funny. I thought that was a little funny little part. But I was surprised the Inner Circle won this match. I just didn't expect them to win with the stipulation at hand. But I guess usually when that stipulation is there, the person who's gonna lose and be gone forever does actually win. But this was one of those situations where I felt like they were gonna split the Inner Circle. But yeah, good match.
I still feel like they're going to split the Inner Circle eventually here because, every faction has to end at some point. So they'll probably do that on some random, Dynamite episode.
Probably. Justin, thoughts?
I thought this was a fun match. I mean, even the honky weird stuff that they were doing in this match. I like the entrance that the Inner Circle made. I thought that was pretty cool how they were what's the word I'm trying to say? Not zip lining. They were climbing down, not climbing down, getting parallel down or whatever the word I'm trying to think of is.
Getting parallel down. That's not it. You said it earlier. I just can't remember either now that you just made up words.
Getting not zip line. Getting propelled down. There we go. That's the word I'm trying. That's what I'm looking for.
That's not the word either.
Propelled. That's a word. Isn't that a word? That is a word.
It is a word,
but that's not the word.
What's the word? What's the word? I don't know. Damn, now that's gonna bug me. But no, I thought this was pretty cool stuff. I like the Urban Meyer spot. That was pretty cool. Him being back there. I like how Jericho was just throwing footballs at MJF. I thought that was funny. Yeah, and I definitely agree with you, DJ, about that. When he got pushed in over that ledge, oh, where'd he go? And then they show the replay of that, and he goes through a table that the New Day was under. The New Day was under that table. They definitely were under that table. The meat locker spot. I mean, stuff was. It was, it looks like something that you would see in a superhero movie. You see the two big brutes going at it. What?
I'm just laughing at Casey's face.
What?
Continue, Justin.
No, go ahead, Casey.
Oh my god.
In what superhero movie Do they go into a meat locker?
No. When I was watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier, like I feel like, no, it's not like going into a meat locker, but you know what I mean. Like you see two big guys. You know, the two big brutes of the whatever. You got the good guys and the bad guys, and you know they go at it, and that's what this kind of reminded me of, like something from a superhero movie. I don't know, but minus the meat locker. Minus all that.
Well, okay.
Also, I understand why. What is his name? The chairman. Sean Spears. I was about to call him Ty Dillinger for a minute. The chairman. I understand why he grabbed the chair because they call him the chairman. You know, because a few years ago, he took the chair and hit Cody Rhodes with it. You know. So, I mean, if you were watching that, DJ, you would know why he grabbed the chair. Because he's the chairman.
I know that's your shtick, but it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I know it doesn't make sense.
Bowl cutter, chair.
Did you watch this match? Talking about that not making sense.
But no, I also thought it was funny with was it Sean Spears that was getting chased? Yeah, he was getting chased by the golf cart. You know, they were doing that kind of spot again. You know, from last year they did that. I kind of like when the motorcycles were chasing them. Also, that was funny. And you know, I definitely agree with DJ. You know, it was weird when you just had FTR just chilling. They were just chilling, and then Pride and Powerful they show up and they start brawling in the club or whatever, wherever they were partying at. And I also like when they actually finally made it back to the arena. You know, they fight in the crowd. I go like, oh, please don't do a dumb crash pad spot. Please don't. Which I'm happy that they didn't do that. But what did Chris Jericho put MJF through? It was like in the crowd. I can't exactly remember now. But, you know, at least it wasn't no dumb spots, you know, that kind of insults our intelligence. And I was happy that Sammy Guevara was the guy to get the pinfall for him. That was nice. But no, it was a fun match. I enjoyed it. It was good. Casey.
Yep.
Sidebar. And I wish Adam was in here for this because I want to hear his thoughts. What is Sammy Guevara's gimmick?
He's a Spanish god.
What is that?
He's, you know, like high flying. You know, he's El Peacock.
Not his nickname. What is his gimmick?
I'm glad I kept that on Casey, so it looks like Casey said that, but he was laughing.
No, his gimmick is this. He doesn't have a gimmick. He's just a Spanish guy who likes to high fly around.
That is a problem in professional wrestling. Anyway, there was so much in this match, and as much as I enjoyed it, and you know, I got my laughs here and there, and you know, there was funny stuff like the Urban Meyer thing. You know, there was some entertaining stuff in here. I feel like you can't really do this match anymore because it was really this is set up as kind of a
cinematic
sort of match because of the pandemic. You know, you have more creative liberties. You can do more because you don't have fans there, so you can make it cinematic. I don't like, and this is more of like a live aspect of it. I don't want to go to a show and have to watch 90% of a match on a screen when I could just do that at home. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. So I that's the only reason I didn't like that they had this match with a live crowd. Doesn't make sense. But I at the same time, back in the Attitude Era when they would fight in the backstage area, I like that. But whatever. But again, it was an entertaining match. There was just so much like everywhere. Like it was so hard to like really like you would go from the Meat Locker to that random dance club to Jericho and MJF in the with Urban Meyer to this to that. It's just so much all over the place, and it's like it's sort of ADHD booking, like oh, let's throw this there, let's do this, and then this and this and this and this, and it's entertaining again, like I said, but it's just a little bit too much for me, especially watching it back a second time. I'm like, whoa, a lot of it didn't make sense. Like, why was Tully there? What was his purpose? Except for getting punched one time. Like, also, you punched an old man and you're supposed to be the faces. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? But yeah, entertaining match. It just I don't know what they're gonna do next year, because again, you don't need to do this match when there's not a pandemic. Because again, you have a live crowd, so you don't need the cinematic aspect anymore. Again, it's helpful because you can do more, but you don't need it. And also, to me, the Inner Circle still seems more of a heel faction than what's the other team's name? I don't even remember.
The Pinnacle.
The Pinnacle. The Pinnacle seemed more like babyface than the Inner Circle is, and I guess the Inner Circle is supposed to be babyface now. They are. They come off more as heels. That was one of my major issues with it. Like all of them just naturally are better heels. Like Sammy's a better heel than a babyface. Jericho's a better heel than a babyface. Jake Hager's just kind of there. But again, like a lot of it just didn't make sense. But again, in a match like this, I guess it doesn't need to make sense. And then again, it's AEW, so like
that's what I was about to say. It's AEW. A lot of things don't make sense.
Yeah,
and I'm happy that there wasn't as much stuff that was crazy, goofy stuff going on as last year's was, because last year was this crazy stuff going on. They did that 100-yard what Northern Light suplex with the Young Bucks. What else did they do? They brought the horse. They brought that one horse to chase Sammy Guevara. What else? They did the golf cart spot. They did the whole Matt Hardy where he kept changing his gimmick a whole bunch of times. Yeah, so I'm happy it wasn't as wonky or crazy stuff going on as last year.
Right.
But yeah.
Any other final thoughts before we sign off? I know we got some.
It was a good show.
It was like a 6, strong 6.
Remember, we got some discussions coming up. We'll give you guys an update on that, and we got to talk about Dark Side of the Ring. I think we're going to do the Women's Revolution video possibly this week, more than likely. I don't know, but we'll definitely let you guys know on that one. I think, Justin, did you say there were takeovers and stuff this weekend too?
It's not this weekend. It's next weekend. Okay. So the 12th and the 13th. So the 12th is Against All Odds, which hopefully Kenny Omega loses the Impact World Championship, and then NXT Takeover in your house, which it's going to be in your house. It's going to be in both of your houses. So I don't know how I'm going to watch it. How am I going to watch it? It's like
we're just going to have to not have Justin on the review. It's going to be a shame. But anyway,
it ain't so.
Definitely hope you guys enjoyed. As always, if you want to listen to us, Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc., all the other ones. If you want to watch us, Facebook, YouTube, like always. But definitely appreciate everybody coming by. Adam in his absence at this point now. Casey, Justin, DJ. Until next time, we'll see you guys on the next episode of the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, and I mean always, an instant classic.